I'm back. Road Trance on The Mandalorian and The Rise of Skywalker and Snoke. So I said I had a theory. Previous videos, I was saying I have a theory about Snoke. As we have recently found out, spoiler alert, Snoke is a clone. Okay. And evidently there's multiple clones of Snoke in The Rise of Skywalker. Okay. Kylo goes down, finds out that there are multiple clones of Snoke inside this cube, this black cube, okay? And we assume that the Snoke clones are a product of Palpatine, right? Of whatever Palpatine was cooking up down there, okay? We don't know for sure. Snoke's a byproduct. We don't know if Snoke's got some DNA of Palpatine himself, okay? Number one, I want to point out, I think Snoke was very interesting. Snoke had a chance. Snoke had a real chance to have been something in the sequel trilogy, this Disney trilogy. He has turned out to be an afterthought and a joke, okay, unfortunately. But they are attempting to give him a backstory, and I don't know that it's going to work. So now I take you to this guy from The Mandalorian on the left. On his left or his right shoulder, he has a patch that is a cloning patch, Camino. As we see the little Camino cloner there on the right, the alien species, right, from Attack of the Clones. We remember this. Of course, Obi-Wan went there. Jango Fett was there. And that was the byproduct of where all the clone troopers come from. And we know everybody is after this little guy, Baby Yoda. Now, we know that this guy is wanting this little guy right here on behalf of this evil son of a bitch right here, played by Werner Herzog. So good in this, by the way. He is excellent. He is knocking it out of the park. We found out that he was the one, they were going to use some CGI for Baby Yoda. And he told them, "You are scared bastards." He did. I don't know if he said bastards, but he said, "You're chicken shit. Use the puppet. Use the puppet." And look what we got. That little whippersnapper right there. Now, they want the DNA, we believe, of this little guy right here that we have found out is force sensitive, right? So, and then later on, this evil son of a bitch is going to show up. Moff Gideon, right? Giancarlo Esposito. We don't know if he's working for Werner Herzog, or we don't know if Werner Herzog is working for him, who in turn could be working for the son of a bitch right here on the right, the Emperor. Okay? Is he wanting Baby Yoda's DNA for Snoke? Is Snoke the byproduct of failed cloning or successful cloning? Is this what happens when it doesn't go exactly as planned? Is Snoke actually a clone of Palpatine and Baby Yoda? Which, of course, would lead you to believe, how in the hell Kylo Ren could ever have gotten a drop on somebody that powerful. It is one of the things that drives me living insane about The Last Jedi, was that Snoke, who is flipping Rey all over the place, he's a badass. He looks like he is a formidable villain of the Disney trilogy. And somehow Kylo gets him on a little mind trick, flips that lightsaber around, and kills him with his freaking mouth open like this. Which makes you wonder, was Snoke a failed byproduct of Emperor cloning to try to either get a clone of the Emperor or to get a successful clone of Snoke? And was Snoke the successful clone? The thing about it is, now that we found out there's multiple Snoke clones, how do we know that this is not setting up episode 10 right now? I know a bunch of you in the cheap seats out there went, frick. Look, think about it a second. You've got built-in villains as long as you've got clones. What if Snoke was not the actual Snoke? What if the actual Snoke is laying in wait out there somewhere? We find out Snoke's a clone. What if Snoke shows up in this thing? If there's a Snoke that just randomly, ta-da, I'm here, bitches. Think about it a minute. If Snoke's a clone, and by the way, I like that. I do. I think that's fascinating that Snoke could be a clone, especially if he's got this little guy's DNA involved. I mean, think about that a second. I mean, that is interesting, okay? Good God, I wish we liked these other characters. I like Snoke. I did. Snoke had a lot of potential, Rian Johnson. And you killed him. And let's say he is a byproduct of Baby Yoda and the Emperor. Do you know how much more interesting that even makes this guy and this guy and this guy in the story of The Mandalorian? God, can you imagine if this Disney trilogy would have been epically good? How significant this could be right now? Instead, it's going to be like, wow, the DNA story of getting to Snoke is much more interesting than the Disney trilogy. Because I don't know about you guys, but we're 4 episodes of The Mandalorian in, and although I liked the last one the least out of the 4 episodes, I think we all agree the first 4 episodes are much better than the Disney trilogy. I mean, it is what it is. I'm wishing, they can say all they want that this guy on the right was always part of their plan. I know J.J. Abrams doubled down on that again. I still don't believe it. And I just think it is not a coincidence that this guy is a cloner and they're after this guy who we know is force sensitive. And now we're finding out this guy is a clone. McFly. Hello, McFly. Think about that. Yeah. Peace. I'm out. You tell me what you think. Snoke Spinal Tap. If you come through here, tell me. What's up?